Am I the bad guy for blowing up on my son's girlfriend? My husband thinks I'm in the right, but my niece helped me make this post on here to see what other people think. So, hello, I'm a female, 52. I have three sons, age ranging from 13 to 20. My oldest son has a girlfriend that hangs around our house a lot. It's a really small house and doesn't have a lot of space. She's a nice girl but gets on my nerves sometimes because she's always over. I really don't think she's right for my son either. Our tap water has a weird aftertaste, so I order gallon water bottles and use them to refill a big glass bowl with a tap. It's not cheap to get water and other groceries delivered, so I tell my son's husband and the girlfriend to be courteous of the other people who live there and not use up the water, as it runs out fast in our big household. Yesterday, I caught her filling up her big metal water bottle with the jug water, and I calmly told her that other people live here too, and he shouldn't hog the water all to herself. She was rather short with me and said something along the lines of, "Actually, this water bottle is big enough to hold all water someone should be drinking in all day. I'm not hogging water, I'm just trying to stay hydrated." I found her tone to be disrespectful and ordered her to leave. She scoffed and went back to my son's room. That's when I really got frustrated. I opened the door and told her she has to leave. My sons got really angry with me and told me that my girlfriends didn't do anything wrong and why is it a crime for her to drink water. I explained that I ordered this water for our family to use, not leeches who hang around all day rent free. My son's girlfriend got a little teary-eyed and left the room and out the front door without saying anything. My son told me that I was a major bad guy and should have just minded my business. I think she's just wasteful and a brat, so am I the bad guy? And also, I have received a lot of comments. Thank for all the comments. I have spoken to my son about the issue, and you all made me realize that it was deeper than just water. I showed him the post and explained that it's not her, it's me. I think she reacted that way than I initially told her of for filling up the bottle because, and my son helped me realize this too, I was never really nice to her to begin with in the course of their 3-year relationship. In my defense, she only started hanging around our house a lot about 6 months ago because she got a license. We called her on the phone this morning and I apologized for my reaction to the bottle. I explained I didn't mean to make her feel bad about the water. It really wasn't that big of a deal and I feel silly for making it a big deal. She apologized for having an attitude and explained how she can feel a little defensive around me sometimes. I told her and my son that I will work on my attitude. My husband still thinks she was being disrespectful, but I explained that I'm the reason she felt the need to act that way in the first place. I'm not my choice who my son decides to date, and I need to respect his choice. I think she's a sweet girl, and I feel horrible for the way I have been treating her. Again, thank you to everyone for making me realize my mistake. But you still can write your opinion in comments below. Am I the bad guy for not telling my girlfriend that my parents are gay? Hi, I'm a male, 25. I have 2 parents. My birth dad John, who is 38, and my other dad Dwayne, who is 45. I call my birth dad John Dad, and I call my other dad Dwayne Pops. My birthday John was married to my mom for a few years. Then she left my dad, and yeah, they ended up divorcing, and now she's somewhere in California. I don't know where or what she's doing. Haven't talked to her in ages. So, dad and pops, I'm super close with. They're the best parents any child could ask for. I love both of them, and they've always been with me. My dad introduced me to pops when I was a little boy, and they had told me that they were in a relationship. And I was all for it because I had saw my dad become lonely, sad when he was single. So seeing the fact that my dad loves someone and has a life partner made me super happy. Pops and dad got married, and we have been living an amazing life. I'm probably more too close to Pops than my own dad. Due to the fact that Pops is really cool and he's laid back. I love both of them equally, and they love me as well, and I'm blessed to have them as parents. For a few months, I've been dating this girl Bella who's my age. I thought she's pretty cute and I liked her. So we kicked it, and recently she told me, "My parents want to meet your parents and want to come over for dinner." I said, "Sure, I'll tell my family." So yesterday, Friday night, Bella comes in, Pops greets her and says, "Come on, sweetheart, dinner's ready." She says, "You must be Dad. So good to meet you." And she shakes his hand, and she sees Dad come out of the kitchen. He's holding the mac and cheese tray with the mittens and is putting it on the table. Then Bella says, "Who's he?" I said, "Oh, that's my dad." She said, "I thought he's your dad." She's referring to Pops. I said, "Yeah, that's my Pops and that's my dad." She pulls me to the side and say, "I didn't know your parents are gay." Oh my God, why didn't you tell me? I genuinely didn't know why that's being an issue or so. Because you're dating me, not my parents, I know. So it shouldn't matter. But I guess it's a concern for her. Her parents come at the door after they park the car, and Bella tells her parents, "Let's leave," and they left. I told my parents I'm sorry, and they said, "Son, don't worry, this is nothing new." And then we all sat down and enjoyed dinner and went to sleep. So, guys, what do you think about it? I didn't attend my son's wedding. I instead spent the evening with his ex-wife, so am I the bad guy for it? Quick backstory, and after graduating high school, my son moved 3 states away for college. At 19, he married the girl he met. I tried convincing him to wait because I personally felt he was too immature. They both dropped out and moved back here to his hometown. At 20, they had their first child, a beautiful little girl. 16 months later, my daughter-in-law gave birth to the second child, a little boy. After the first baby, my wife and I noticed that our daughter-in-law wasn't happy. We both thought it was PPD related. Just after the second arrived, my son and his wife separated. She would bring the kids over for a visit. It was then she began unloading on us. I know she's 2 sides to every story, but considering I know my son, I believe her. I sat my son down numerous times to speak with him regarding his marriage. He refuses to take responsibility, blame her for everything, ever when I directly point out where he was the sole problem. They got into counseling. For a year, things were okay on the surface. Our daughter-in-law filed for divorce. My son 3 days later was on Facebook announcing his new girlfriend. A month later, they were engaged. My son had forced his then wife to become a permanent stay-at-home mom at the birth of their first child. She, of course, had no other family or friends here. She knew no one aside from us. She had nowhere to go with two small children. Unbeknownst to our son, my wife and I helped her financially and got her an apartment. Before the divorce was even finalized, we received a wedding invitation. I made it clear to my son I will not be attending and they will not have my blessing. His mother told him she will see to it that I will attend. I stayed consistent in my decision. I also asked him not to bring his fiancée around our house out of respect for the mother of his children. The wedding happened on February 11. The night before, my wife gave me the final push. I did not attend. Our daughter also did not attend for the same reasons. My wife picked up our grandkids, got them dressed, and attended the wedding. My daughter and I decided to spend this evening with his ex. I couldn't imagine her sitting alone while her kids attended their father's wedding. She was taken aback that I didn't end up attending his wedding. We took her out to distract her mind. I just wanted her to know she will always be considered family to us. My daughter also made a joke. They can drop the in-law status and just be sisters now. She was very terribly grateful. I realized just how badly she needed our support, and specifically on that night. The next morning, my son called to tell me how much of horrible father I am for not attending his wedding. Few days later, he convened that I spend the wedding evening with his ex. He said that was the ultimate form of betrayal, and further, myself and his sister will have to earn a relationship with him on his terms only. Write in the comments below what do you think about it. I'm at the bad guy for eating the toppings off my boyfriend's pizza. Earlier tonight, I ordered a Hawaiian pizza with my boyfriend. We are only been dating a month, so it's the first time I ate pizza with him. We only finished about half and then we went to watch TV. I was still hungry, so I ate all the toppings of the pizza. When he saw, he obviously flipped out. He said that he was saving it for lunch tomorrow, that he had never met anyone who would do anything like this, and was just generally really upset. I thought he was joking and laughed it off, but it's been a couple hours and he's still upset. He talking about how he was looking forward to having the leftover pizza for lunch. And now I have ruined his lunch. I offered to buy him another pizza, but he kept saying that it wasn't about that. And I just ruined his day. Is he overreacting or I'm a bad guy? I'm at the bad guy for not letting my nephew bring his service dog to my wedding. Hello, I'm 27, female. I'm getting married in a few months to my fiancé. We have been planning our dream wedding for over a year, and everything is finally falling into place. However, there is one issue that had been causing quite a bit of controversy in our family. My nephew, James, he is 18, has a service dog, Max, for his anxiety and panic attacks. Max is a well-trained and well-behaved dog, and he has been a great help to James over the years. However, I am severely allergic to dogs, to the point where I could have a severe reaction if I am around them for an extended period of time. This is something my family is well aware of. When we sent out the invitations for our wedding, we made it clear that there will be a strict no pets policy due to my allergies. James and his parents approached us and asked if Max could be an exception, as he is a service dog and not just a pet. They assured us that Max will be on his best behavior and that he will not cause any problems. As much as I understand the importance of Max to James, I had to say no. My wedding day is supposed to be one of the happiest days in my life, and I don't want to risk having a severe allergic reaction during the ceremony or reception. I explained this to James and his parents, and I offered to help find alternative accommodations for Max during the wedding. However, my decision has caused a lot of controversy in his family. Some of my relatives believe that I'm being selfish and inconsiderate, while others understand my point of view and support my decision. James is understandably upset, and I feel terrible about the situation. So, I'm the bad guy for not allowing my nephew to bring his service dog to my wedding. I'm the bad guy for letting my mom rub whiskey on my baby's gums. Hello, I'm female, 28. I'm a first-time mom. My husband and I have a 6-month-old baby who is teething horribly. I was at my mother's home a few days ago and was speaking to her about the teething issues. My mom does some old-fashioned things and she's really into herbs and natural healings and such, so she wanted to try rubbing whiskey on my daughter's gums. She said she did it to me and all 3 of my siblings. I let her, and it did seem to calm my daughter down a bit. When I got home, I told my husband about this, and he was furious. He said that it's harmful to our daughter and it does not relieve any pain. He got really upset and said I shouldn't have let my mom do something like that, and told me I couldn't bring our daughter to my mother anymore. He's since called the next 2 days off of work, and it's super paranoid watching me every second with our daughter. I feel this is unfair. So, what do you think about it? Am I the bad guy that I want my son to stop playing sports? So, hello, I'm a man, 42. I have 1 son with my ex-wife. We have been divorced for 9 years. She has a full custody. I get him every other weekend. My issue is that he was playing soccer and bowling for years. It has interfered with my time. He seems to have something every Saturday. I asked his mom if he can take a break. She told me if I wanted him not to play, I have to tell him. So I called my son, he's 13. I told him that him playing sports is taking too much of my time. Plus, I don't like that he has broken 2 bones and countless bruises and scrapes. I'm really afraid people will think he's abused. Just 2 weeks ago, he showed up with 3 cuts of his legs. When I asked his mom, she was like, who knows, he's always out and about. So, after I told him, he basically said he wants to keep playing that soccer as his favorite and bowling is fun too. He basically told me I never go anyway, so it's not a big deal. No, he's right. I never played sports, so I don't get the fun. I called his mom and said he wants to play, but I won't contribute anymore. I did say again that I don't like the idea of him playing. He has broken 2 bones. I did tell her I might consider talking to a lawyer. She laughed. So, am I the bad guy?